So this piece is just about sort of providing activities to the first stage of dementia. And the stages I use come from the work of a couple of ladies called Perrin and May. And they put a book out, which I do believe was about 2000, called Occupational Activities and Dementia. And I'd recommend it as a read for anybody. Number one, it's written in plain language and the content of it is very good. So it's probably still in print, so have a quick look around, see if you can find it for yourselves. Gist of it is you have the first stage, which is the reflective stage, and these guys can be a little bit egocentrical, as in focus on themselves, but most people are anyway. But in general terms, the type of activities they can do are pretty much anything you want to provide that they have an interest in anyway. So the only things you've really got to think about are any physical complications with providing the activity. And as people age, that's enough to be thinking about in its own right anyway. So it becomes into a case of actually assessing the individual and making the physical adaptations that you need to allow them to take part in the activity effectively and enjoy it as much as anything else. So when we talk about adaptations, they go across 5 areas really. You've got the task itself, you've got the staffing of the task, you've got what you can do to help the individual, the resident, to access the task in the way of confidence, and also if they have memory deficits, what you can do to help that be reduced. You have the equipment that you're going to use and the environment you're going to work in. And those areas are the areas that will give you your answers if you've got problems trying to provide the activity. And if we go back to the resident in that, you're talking about the group of people as well that surround them. So there'll be certain activities where you could maybe put 2 residents together and all it's going to end up in is a fist fight. And in that particular activity, it would be the wrong thing to bring those people together. There could be other activities where if you bring people together, it's going to be a really great afternoon. And that's not so much the activity, but the group mix of the people in the room. So it's a little bit about understanding who you've got in front of you, particularly in that earlier stage, but that applies to all the stages we're going to talk about.